Well, RTS is saying that changes are coming to its on-demand service with the complete elimination of the transit option on the weekends and implementing a weekday limit.
The changes take effect in September. News 8's Leah Mallory has more on those cuts and why one group is calling this news alarming.
RTS says the decision to cut a portion of their on-demand service was not one they wanted to make, but had to due to a budget deficit. However, Reconnect Rochester says there are other options RTS could have explored instead of leaving some riders stranded. The on-demand service provides customers a ride from any of RTS's 7 demand zones to their desired destination simply by calling or using the mobile app. As of right now, the service runs 7 days a week, but come September 7th, weekend service will disappear and weekday rides will end at 8 p.m. RTS says they made the cuts where the least amount of riders will be affected.
On-demand service represents just under 3% of our total overall ridership for the transit system. It's proven very popular, but unfortunately it's been really difficult to keep up with, and it's also been really expensive to operate.
But for Reconnect Rochester, an organization that advocates for an improved transportation network, the on-demand limits are alarming.
Trips are effectively being restricted to bankers' hours, not the hours that people need to get to jobs and groceries and other kind of amenities. There's been a historic trend where jobs are moving out of the city into the suburbs, and we're making it impossible for people to access those opportunities if there's no service to get to that job site.
Donahue says the organization has worked closely with RTS, fighting for more state funding in public transit, and says he understands they're in a tough spot.
Look at a return to a fixed route service. The on-demand service, it's not something that can be sustained over a long period of time.
While RTS acknowledges the changes may pose difficulty for some riders, they say it's a step toward financial sustainability.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of competing interests and a lot of very important priorities that the state needs to fund every single year, and so we're not always able to get the increases that we need.
Both RTS and Reconnect Rochester encourage anyone who will be affected by the changes to reach out. Reporting in Rochester, Leah Mallory, News 8.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand. Plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.